Hello, everyone. Welcome to Joe Consume Cinema. I'm your host, the Magic Man. Yeah, what you need, what you need. I got 50% off Lightning, and today we have another installment in the Joe Revisit series with the 1987 film, The Running Man. Now, not much to say about this one. Classic Arnold, classic 80s, you know, just a fun, overall enjoyable ride. We've been watching a ton of Arnold movies on the channel recently, and, why not just keep that streak going? Because there's a ton more that I've seen over the years and I really enjoy, and I haven't seen him in a long time, so why not just keep that streak going? But I won't tell you which ones I'm going to watch, but I can tell you that there's at least three or four more, so that's going to be coming for a while now. But yeah, other than that, not a ton's going on with the channel. Continued progress is continued progress. I have started making shorts, a recommendation from a friend, and they seem to be doing pretty well. So, check those out on the channel if you haven't seen any of them. I think they're like a nice little creative tweak to the channel. I focus on making these reaction and revisit videos, and I can, do a little bit of micro editing and make a short from it. Doesn't take a lot of time, but also tells a small story within that, reaction or revisit. And I think that's interesting. That there's some value there. And yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it because I enjoy it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So as always, remember to blank, blank, and blank. Ton of traction for the channel. Like I said, we're over 400 now, and we're headed to 500, and that's the next milestone goal. So any help you give me there is always much appreciated. And with that, let's get right to the movie. By 2017, the world economy has collapsed. Food, natural resources, and oil are in short supply. A police state, divided into paramilitary zones, rules with an iron hand. Television is controlled by the state, and a sadistic game show called The Running Man has become the most popular program in history. All art, music, and communications are censored, no dissent is tolerated, and yet a small resistance movement has managed to survive underground. When high-tech gladiators are not enough to suppress the people's yearning for freedom, more direct methods become necessary. That's a nice segue into this.
Food riot in progress. Approximately 1,500 civilians, no weapons evident.
Eliminate anything moving.
I said the crowd is unarmed. There are lots of women and children down there.
Take command, detain Richards, and proceed as ordered.
Richard, what the fuck are you doing?
The 80s was really big on dystopian futures. It's almost like they were trying to warn us.
Fresh meat just got here. Shut down the deadline.
Affirmative. Shutting down now. Stand clear. What are you looking at? Get out of here.
Nice little distraction.
Give you a lift?
We're starting early.
It's not gonna make it. That collar's gonna blow.
Based on a novel, never read it.
Or the uplink. Don't know where the network hit something that big, but they managed. Stevie, would you mind? My lovely.
We know we wouldn't be here if he hadn't helped us.
We also know he's not one of us.
So even though they're on the same side, they don't trust him because of, he got blamed for that massacre even though he had no part in it.
You're beautiful, sweetheart.
Whoa! Oh, sorry.
Hey, that's all right. What's your name?
Dan.
Dan, you're doing good work. Looks beautiful. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Okay? That asshole is mopping the floor tomorrow. You'll be mopping it for the rest of the week.
Immediate scumbag. Pick on a little person.
He is considered armed and dangerous.
Don't make a sound, you understand?
And now, back to
Who are you?
freedom.
Friend of my brother's?
I moved in last month. They told me the last tenant was taken away for
Yes?
re-education.
Stamina.
Tony? Tony? Pipe that feed in here now. Look at that mother move, huh? Is he beautiful? Who is he?
Are you kidding? That's Ben Richards.
The cop from the massacre. Sensational. Perfect contestant. I want him.
They're all on a censored list. And look what we have here. This looks like black market clothing. And you wrote the network jingle.
Come on, everybody does it.
Now, where should we go? Maybe someplace warm. I need to work on my tan anyway.
So everything is closely controlled and monitored. I mean, even music is banned. You know, well, there's approved music and unapproved music.
Air sick, car sick. I'm gonna throw up all over you.
Go ahead. Won't show on this shirt.
Help! It's Ben Richard! He's trying to kidnap me!
Hi, cutie pie. You know, one of us is in deep trouble. You know who I am?
I've seen you before. You're the asshole on TV.
That's funny. I was going to say the same thing about you. I'd like you to volunteer to appear on tomorrow's broadcast.
Fuck you. Nice. Laughlin. What are you gonna do with them?
Well, that's really up to you, Ben. So if you don't do the running man tomorrow, Weiss and Laughlin are gonna go on in your place.
Really unlikable character. So they drug them before they actually get released, so they're kind of lethargic. And it wears off over time, but, you know, it's kind of crucial in the beginning because you're trying to literally run for your life. So if you're moving a little bit slower or you get tired easier, that's a big difference. They also have a tracer in them too, so there's no possibility of hiding anywhere. There's cameras everywhere too in that arena.
Mass murderer Ben Richards was filmed yesterday by runway security cameras. Richards' hostage, Amber Mendez, was unharmed. Some airport personnel were not so lucky. Like the ticket agent and security guard Richards shot at point-blank range when he arrived at the airport.
But that's not true.
Starting to see things for how they really are. Yeah, you can see the pageantry of this all.
Sign here.
That's Sven Thorson.
Use my back, victim.
He's a good stuntman too, as well as a decent overall actor. A lot of 80s.
Don't forget to send me a copy.
Watch that screen.
Our star runner tonight needs no introduction. He's Ben Richards, the brutal slayer of 60 men, women, and children in the Bakersfield Massacre.
Food riot in progress. Approximately 1,500 civilians moving in.
Yankee 99er, the crowd is unarmed. Repeat, unarmed. Abort attack. Acknowledge Yankee 99er.
The hell with you.
Lieutenant Sanders, take command. Detain Richards and return to base. Acknowledge Yankee 99er. Acknowledge. Return to base. Those are innocent, unarmed people down there. Cease fire! Cease fire!
Very clever propaganda. Makes use of real footage, highly edited.
Ben's buddies, Harold Weiss and William Laughlin.
Son of a bitch. I'll be back.
Only in a rerun.
Go!
That looks visually pretty cool.
Edited for television.
Yep.
Raw footage.
Sub-Zero does it again!
Hockey rink of death here. Grenade hockey pucks.
Here is Sub-Zero. Now, Plane Zero.
I love this little moment right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
The actor with Arnold is the same guy from that played Parker in Alien too. I always forget his name. It's something unusual. He's solid in like everything I've seen him in.
You want ratings? You want people in front of the TV sets instead of picket lines? Well, you ain't gonna get that with reruns of Gilligan's Island. Gilligan's Island. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Yeah, the one with the boat.
So I know this guy actually is an opera singer. So the show is very convenient for dealing with political opposition. You can just label them, you know, whatever you want, manipulate some video, and all of a sudden you got, you know, a terrorist, a maniac, whatever.
Mad Dog Ben Richards, her Confederate, her lover.
That was a lie. Hey, Richard, where is Amber?
The hell are you doing here? She's the one that turned me in at the airport. Guess this is your reward.
I'm gonna need you to remember these numbers. We gotta get them to Mick and the Resistance.
Richards, I love the song. The song's part of me. And I'm gonna make it part of you. Keep it
Oh man. His voice lost all its bass. The creativity on the Stalkers is pretty good, I gotta say.
Hey, Lighthead! Hey, Christmas tree!
Commercial! Jesus Christ! I have no power! Can't go to commercial!
I love this line.
I won't kill a helpless human being. Not even sadistic scum like you.
Crowd is actually more upset that he spared him, rather than, you know, the runner beat the stalker.
The underground has a broadcast center in Quadrant 4. Take her.
Hey, Ben. Ben, I gotta hand it to you, pal. You got the whole network here in an uproar.
I'll tell you what I think of it. I live to see you eat that contract. But I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine! Ah!
Love that line too. Jim Brown.
The next kill will be made by Ben Richards.
Hold it. Agnes. Richards is a runner. You gotta pick a stalker.
I can pick anyone I choose. And I choose Ben Richards. That boy's one mean motherfucker.
Yes!
He's gonna walk through it like it's nothing.
They're Running Man. Last season's winners.
No. Last season's losers.
How about the light?
we're loading Richard's image onto the database, and when he's mapped onto the stunt double, you'll never know the difference.
I have the uplink code.
This is an incredible moment in sports. Captain Freedom, out of retirement and still undefeated champion.
You should be happy we're officially dead. We can go anywhere, do anything.
No, don't you understand it? They'll never let us out of here alive. They can't afford it. They get the police, the army, and hunt us down like dogs.
It's the original video from the Bakersfield massacre. Before they edited for broadcast.
Mr. Spock, you have the com? Who's Mr. Spock?
Food riot in progress. Approximately 1,500 civilians. No weapons are evident.
Proceed with Plan Alpha. Eliminate anything moving.
I said the crowd is unarmed. There are lots of women and children down there. All they want is some food, for God's sake.
As you were, Richards. Proceed with Plan Alpha. All rioters must be eliminated.
The hell with you. I will not fire at helpless human beings. Abort mission. Return to base.
Don't touch that dial.
It's showtime.
Thought it was pretty funny out there in the zone. What's the matter now, bitch? Why aren't you laughing?
Because there's nothing funny about a dickless moron with a battery up his ass.
Hello, cutie pie. One of us is in deep trouble.
You want to talk to Mr. Richards?
I got to score some steroids.
Listen, they love game shows. They love wrestling. They love sports, violence. So what do? We give them what they want.
So I'm going to give the audience what I think they want.
Okay, took some time just to gather my thoughts. So that was The Running Man. Solid, 80s action film, cheesy one-liners, but still just an enjoyable ride. And it really plays on this whole idea of bread and circus. It's this really old way of thinking, but you can placate the poor by making sure that they're fed and also that they have something that distracts them as far as entertainment goes. And the oldest example is probably, the Roman Colosseum. It was very useful in that regard to placate the poor and keep them distracted so that they could be more easily controlled by the political elite. And it's a very similar idea to that futuristic dystopian setting. So there's this game show that pits all these, conveniently problematic people up against these psychotic superheroes, essentially, these stalkers, and they all have their elaborate over the top themes and backgrounds and all that. Anyone who gets on the government's radar that is a problem, because this is established as an authoritarian state, it has total control over the media, so it can just make up any narrative it wants. It's that whole idea. It's just given a little bit of a theatrical flair to it, and again, just a funny Arnold movie, but also there are some semi-important themes. It's just it's coded in the cheese ball factor, so the over-the-top 80s violence, but it's still enjoyable. I would guess that the themes that the movie sort of paints over a little bit are probably delved better in the book, which I have never read, but I think you get a hint of that in the movie. It's kind of overshadowed by the 80s effect, I'll call it, and the Arnold effect, but still something you could watch on occasion and still enjoy. pretty short and sweet, but yeah, solid. I remember, watching this as a kid for the first time and just like it's a popcorn flick for the most part, but there are some under the surface important themes that I think get a little bit overshadowed just by the nature of the film. But if you're interested in that stuff, you should probably read the book because I think the book is probably going to get into that idea a little bit better. I don't have a ton to say about this one. It's just, a fun revisit. It's not a super in-depth movie, even though, again, it does have some themes that I think are worth delving into a bit deeper. It's just you're not going to get that, watching the movie multiple times. You're going to have to read the book. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So as always, thanks for watching, and peace.